Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
How are you, Kabir bhai?
Alhamdulillah. आप सुनाएं?
Alhamdulillah, very good. कल परसों आपके फेसबुक पेज पे तबाक से मैं पहुंचा था, तो माशाल्लाह आपकी और आपकी तस्वीर है वहाँ पर।
जी वो हज पे मैं गया।
सॉरी, आवाज थोड़ी सी गड़बड़ हो गई। क्या कह रहे थे आप?
मैं हज पे गया था ना, तो उधर वालदा मेरी आई थी पाकिस्तान से, तो वो वहाँ मुलाकात।
ठीक ठीक। अस्सलाम वालेकुम रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातहू। How are you, Sister Zahra?
Alhamdulillah, how is everybody?
Alhamdulillah. Is my voice loud enough?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
clear. Good. Okay, just few more minutes, maybe one or two, and then inshallah we'll start. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Umaima.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah. How's everyone doing?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Hello, Zahra.
Yeah, hello.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. Nahmadallah.
Okay, so let's inshallah start. Okay. All right, so last few sessions is apparently looks like we are not making any progress, but I believe alhamdulillah we are making progress, and we should stay positive. So today I'm going to start with where we left off so that we don't lose track of the thing we started. Let me share my screen with you guys. Okay, so can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
So first thing first, today I would take a different approach a little bit, maybe more visual approach to get everybody's attention, and then maybe take it from there, inshallah. So let's see who else is coming. I was hoping that everybody's here so that I can start.
Assalamu alaikum, I'm here.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Javed bhai, how are you?
Alhamdulillah.
All right. Okay, so let's go ahead. Okay, so we started our analysis of the Surah Fatiha, and by now I'm sure you have a good understanding of Surah Al-Fatiha. So we are on verse number 7. So we'll quickly go through from the beginning so that we refresh our memory. Hang on.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bhai, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Sorry, brother, it was giving some problem.
Okay, yeah, I just saw your message and I was about to resend you the invite, but alhamdulillah you're here. Okay. So nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulil kareem. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Okay. So today, in the very first 10-15 minutes, inshallah, we are going to finish Surah Al-Fatiha from the perspective of the analysis we've been doing. And today I will probably not use my camera. I'll focus mostly on the visuals from the screen. Okay, so let's focus together. And so we know that Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, that was the opening verse. We looked at that and we know that Bismillah is jar majroor, and then mudaf ilayh. And Rahman and Rahim are the sifa, right? And it is mutalik. And we talked about that in detail, so I'm not going to go over those details, but just simply go over this in a quick manner. Okay, so Bismillah Rahman Rahim mean in the name of Allah, the most gracious, most merciful. Okay. Then the next verse was Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, and that means, and all praise and thanks be to Allah, the Lord of the universe. So, Alhamdulillah, as we are all aware of this surah, this mashallah, very important surah in our lives, and I'm pretty sure that everybody knows their meaning in a lot of depth. But in the beginning, it's a dua, so we start with praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we're saying Alhamdulillah, all praise and thanks to Allah, who is the Lord of all the worlds. Then Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, that is the same more explanation of that. The next verse is, we say again, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. But what are these? These are the sifat, or the qualities of Allah, right? So it's like a continuation of the sentence. In the previous sentence, we said he was Rabbul Alameen. That was one set of qualities we talked about. And in this ayah, we are talking about the rest of the qualities. We're saying he is the Rahman and Rahim. In the next verse, we said that he is the Maliki Yawmiddin. He is the one who is the owner of the day of the judgment. And in this verse, we saw the mudaf ilayh. And by now we know that what mudaf ilayh is. In plain English, when you see the letter of where the two nouns are connected to each other, that is one piece is mudaf and the second piece is the mudaf ilayh. Ilayh tells you where this piece is belonging to. So Kitab Allah, Allah is the one who has the book. So the kitab belongs to Allah. So kitab is mudaf and mudaf ilayh is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Is that simple explanation for that? Okay. Similarly, the next one, now we get to the part, we glorified him, we are saying all kind of praises, and then now we are reassuring him or reiterating our covenant to him that only you we worship and only you we ask for help, right? And these two sentences are verbal sentences because they have the fail file and maful in them. Okay. Does anybody remember the matuf? Does anyone remember matuf? Okay.
No.
No? Who remember this wow? What did this wow stand for? What is the meaning of this wow here? What is the translation?
And
And
And so, and
Yeah.
we said this wow is a harfe ataf. Harfe ataf to connect these two things together. First part, second part. So
Yes.
this is known as harfe atf or harfe ataf, and anything after that and previous to that is the matuf. Like these are the two sentences which are connected because of this wow. Yes, that we are saying only you we worship and only you we ask for help. So if you look at plain English, the and is connecting these two sentences. So in English, this is known as conjunction. You can see it here. Is a prefix conjunction. Wow. And the meaning is and. Is that making sense?
Yes.
yeah,
Good. So in this verse, we got to this part, and then we said the next verse was, now we came to the point after praising him, after reassuring of our covenant or our belief. Finally, we said what is in our heart. We said, Ihdina sirat al-mustaqim, that you guide us to the path, the straight path. Yes. And the next couple of verses are the continuation of this. So keep in mind, what are we asking for? Ihdina sirat al-mustaqim, the straight path. So go ahead. Question? Okay. So here the next verse we were on was, we said, now we are explaining ourselves. Which straight path? We are asking for the path
Straight
of those who
path of those.
bestowed your favors upon them. See? An'amta. Look at this word now. It should make more sense to you. You have bestowed your favors, and we will talk about it in a second. So in this verse, we're saying, in the previous verse, we said, Ya Allah, guide us to the straight path. And in this one, we are kind of explaining ourselves that, okay, the path of those people you bestowed your favor upon them. Okay. Now, remember this word an'amta, and look what it says. It says second person, masculine, singular form 4, and perfect
No.
word.
Anfal.
This is our bab if'al, which we have been trying to
Anfal.
understand from the last couple of sessions. So an'amta mean he bestowed upon somebody else. So who did he bestowed upon? On the people, or the people of the path you the path on which you bestowed your favor upon. Now we come to the last part, the last verse, which is a continuation of that. So we are making more clarity that, okay, to the people, or the people you bestowed your favors upon, and ghayril maghdubi alayhim, and not the people, those who earned your wrath, and ad-dalin, and the one who went astray. Is that making sense? Guys, are you with me so far?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what is this wow here?
Ma'bul.
This is the harfi ataf.
Ataf.
So anything after that and before that will be ma'tuf. You see that?
Yes.
So in this verse, why the allazina is in the bracket and is faded out? Just to give you a remembrance that in the previous verse, this is the continuation of the allazina. Like who? Path of who? So first category, the path of the people you bestowed your favors upon, and not the path of the people you were angry with them, and also the path of the people who went astray. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So al-maghdubi is these are the people, those who earn your wrath. So ghairi is a special kind of mudaf. What is it?
Mudaf.
Mudaf.
Ilay.
There are certain words in Arabic, they are called a special mudaf. Like for example, if you say fawka, what is the meaning of fawka?
Wow.
Above you.
Above.
Tahta, below you. Now, is it
Ah.
telling you a place? Like fawka is something above you, is sort of a mention of a place, right? Tahta will be. Now, if I say qabla mean
Before.
Time.
qabla mean time, because it's before. And ba'da, yeah, qabla,
After.
ba'da, and ba'da is after. That means anything which gives you the sense of time and place,
Place.
it is mudaf. It's a special kind of mudaf. Okay. So ghairi is one of that special kind of mudaf. So anything which will come after this will be a mudaf ilayh. Is that clear understanding? If you are given a mudaf, what will come after that?
Mudaf.
So in this case, if I am telling you that ghairi is mudaf, then anything which will coming after it is so that is
Anything, Abid, anything or only the next word?
only the next word, which is because mudaf ilayh is a set, is like a set of two things, right?
Yep.
Okay. We got this. This is mudaf ilayh. Alayhim is a preposition.
Jar majroor.
Jar and majroor, mashallah. Okay. So, and wala is wow and negative, and ad-dalin again, it is a noun. People who went astray. It's a noun. Is that clear? So just by looking at this diagram, excuse me, we are clear about jar majroor. we are clear about the wow. We know the la is negative, meaning not. And ad-dallin is the, what is it? Is it the noun of, it's a plural, right? Right?
Darling.
Like muslimuna, muslimina.
Yes.
So dalin,
Darlina.
dallina, meaning those are the people who went astray. Like what is dalla? Dalla mean you are,
Without light.
yeah, that's one of the reason, but that is with the zod,
Oh,
daw, right? Not daw. Daw is
okay.
somebody who has gone astray. So ad-dalin is the plural of it. Now, is it nasab or jar?
Nasab.
In this case,
Nasab.
right? So this completes our Surah Al-Fatiha. So we are saying, Ihdina Sirat al-Mustaqim. Ya Allah, guide us to the straight path. Siratul Lazina An'amta alayhim. First category, the path of those people you rewarded them. Ghair al-Maghdubi, because Al-Lazina is there, understood that Al-Lazina is there. Okay? So,
Abid, can you dissect this al-maghdub? Like the root word is ghadaba. So
yes.
what does ma say there? What does ma means?
Okay, this, if you look at Maghdub here, it's a passive particle, and it is like this. When we say something is rafa, yeah, what is another name for the noun which has the rafa on it? What do we call it?
Marfu.
Marfu.
Got it?
Hmm.
If something is nasab, if there is a noun and we put a nasab on it, we also
Mansub.
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 Yeah, Brother Javed.
Yeah, I'm thinking still. I didn't digest it.
Okay, this is one way in Arabic language to talk about a person whose status has changed into something else. It's like when a person is single, we call him single, but when he gets married, we call him married, right? So is it similarly a person who is traveling, we call him musafir.
Musafir.
So it's similar
Musafir, yeah,
Safar.
yeah, from safar.
from safar. Then if somebody is in the
Yes.
state of safar, then we call
Yeah.
him musafir.
Musafir.
Similarly, if a person was maghdub, mean
So
he was
is this
Ghadban.
maful then? Is it kind of a maful?
it is on the maful pattern, yes. So it is the person
Okay.
who will be
Brother Abid, Musafir is more as a file, whereas Al-Maghdub is more
as a
Ghazib.
maful.
Ghazib should be.
Yeah, I was just trying to explain the concept.
Yeah, this is maful. Not, it's not, this is maghdub is not file.
No. In this one, this is maful because it is somebody upon them was somebody was angry upon them, right? So this is more on the pattern of maful.
And the waw between dod and ba indicate there's a plural.
This maghdubi,
Yeah, this waw indicate there is a plural or what?
yes, it is. It's more like a jama mukassar,
Okay.
right? Because if it was the other words, then it's maghdubina or maghdubuna, right? Like a dalin. So this is more like a jama mukassar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go into. So if you're clear on this, then I can jump on to the next thing I want to talk about.
Go jump.
Everybody okay with this so far?
Yep.
Okay, inshallah. So I want to take you back to my previous style of explaining things. Okay, more visual so that you guys can understand the concept better. Okay, do you remember this part?
الماضي فتح فتحوا فتحتا
Okay, so yes, you're right. So if we,
فتحنا فتحت.
okay, what have been we talking about in the previous sessions? Let me try to explain to you one more time. We have families of verbs. Okay.
Abid?
So, G, can you hear me? Can everybody hear me?
Yes, yes.
Brother Javed, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we are talking about verbs, and we said verbs have families. Yes. Do we agree to that?
Yes.
نعم.
Okay. So the very first thing we learned was the 3 root letter words, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And how many families did we understand from there?
14 subfamilies and
Yes, 14 subfamilies, but the main
there are
families
many.
were 6.
Yes.
Okay. Those 6 families they are known as Salasi Mujarrad. What are they known as?
ثلاثي مجرد.
Salasi Mujarrad. That means only 3 letters, and they convey a certain message.
Yes.
For example, when we have Fataha, what is the name of the family? Bab Fataha. Remember?
فتح.
So when you have a family of Bab Fataha, then you need to know how to make fi'l madi out of it. And you also need to know how to make the fi'l mudari. Correct? The minimum. You need to know how to make fi'l madi. Fi'l madi will be Fataha. The pattern is Fataha. What is the meaning of Fataha?
Open, he
To
opened.
open.
He opened.
He opened.
Yaftahu, he
فتح. He
opens.
opened.
Okay.
He will open.
Then we make the imperative and the negative, amar and nahi, meaning iftah, meaning I'm saying to the person in front of me,
Open.
open. Got it?
Command.
Command. And if I say don't open, is that also a command?
Yes.
لا
Is it?
تفتح.
Yeah,
Command
it is
in
a
the
don't,
negative. نهي.
a negative that don't open. Yeah. Now, this is the easy course. So how many you see it in front of you? 7 only, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got it? Fataha, fatahu, fatahta, fatahtum, fatahtu, fatahna, fatahat. What is missing from here? The huma part is missing. Right? Fataha, fataha, fatahu. Remember, if you remember how many variations we have, Brother Kabir?
14.
14. This was the very first course we did, and for simplicity, what we did, we only took 7, and we said, okay, we'll not worry about the 7 till later on. You understand that part? So
Yeah.
just to keep things simple, I'm only showing you 7 of them so that your mind can take. So what am I telling you? A family has a pattern for Madi, has a pattern for Mudare, has a pattern for Amr, and it has a pattern for Nahi. It also has more patterns. It has a pattern for a file, it has a pattern for the maf'ul, and it also has the pattern for the masdar, which I'm not showing you right now. Not only that, it has the active voice version of the patterns, and it has the passive voice pattern. Is everybody clear on that? The high level prerequisites.
Yes.
You know,
Yep.
so if you have that in mind, then doesn't matter what family I present to you, all you need to know that, okay, guys, this is the family name. Please tell me the pattern of the Madi and the pattern of the Mudare, then the pattern of the Amr, Nahi, Fa'il, Maf'ul, Masdar, and Majhul. Now, why do we need that? Because in these 3 root letter families, our vocabulary is limited. Okay, he opened. Now, how do I say he helped somebody else open? How do I say that? You understand my point? If you have to, when you make somebody else open, don't you need a vocabulary word for that?
Aftaha. Aftaha.
Aftaha. But the point I'm trying to make, that this family of 6 will give us a limited set of vocabulary. in order to expand our vocabulary, we need the family of more than 3 root letters. So in those families, the root letters will still be 3. The main root letter will still be 3, but they will be either 1, 2, or 3 extra additional words. Is that making sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so from your perspective, you need to keep your mind open and you say, okay, no worries. Yes, I need a whole lot of vocabulary because Arabic is such a huge language. So how do I make more words out of these same root letters? So Fataha, when you make Madi, you make 14 words. Yes?
Yes.
If you are making the on the pattern of the 6 families, then you have 14 of Madi, then you have 14 of Mudare, then you have
Mudare.
14 of passive voice of Madi, then you have the 14 of passive voice of Mudare. Yes? Then you
Yeah.
also have the file and the maf'ul. Get it?
Mhm.
Okay. So are we going to get scared of it? No. But is it going to require some effort to learn them? Of course.
Sure.
Nothing comes for
Sure.
free. Even in English, we don't challenge that, okay, why do we have to learn all this? Because that is a language we use day in, day out. So we are okay to learn it. So the new family which we introduced is called Babe If'al. And it is from the category of Salasi Mazid Fi. Mazid mean additional. There is more stuff in there. So those Mazid Fi forms or families are 10 or 8, let's say, or 9. It doesn't matter because some families are very less used. But this Babe If'al, if I start giving you examples, you will be surprised at how much it is used in the Quran. And if you know some examples, then you will say, Brother Abid, we need to know this. So this is Fataha Yaftahu for family of Fataha. Let's look at some other family. This is also the part of Fataha. Ja'ala is also that. Now, do you see this? Fataha, Yaftahu, Iftah. These are the styles. This is the Bab, Fataha, Bab Nasara, Bab Daraba, Bab Samia. All I need to know, the Madi pattern, the Mudari pattern, then Amr, and bunch of other, depending on my need. You can see this now. Have we seen this before? Have we learned
Yeah.
this in detail, right?
Yeah.
So if I give you Fataha, and if you have been following the program, can you make the 14 different variations of Fataha?
Yes.
Okay, good. If you can do that, that is all I expect from you. And if you don't know by heart, that's okay. You can always write it down on a piece of paper. What about Nasara?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, good. So let's keep going. And let me see if I can show you more. So Nasara is Nasara Yansuru. Excuse me. So what is the Amar for that? Unsur. What is the Nahi? La tunsur or La tansur. Unsuru for plural. La tansuru for plural. Nahi. Again, the Huma part and the female variations of these 14 are hidden from here. Okay. Let me
It's only
switch
for
gears.
mutakallim. Yeah.
Yes, let me switch gears and show you another set of things here. Okay, look at this one. This is the Mazid Fi ones. So let's look at this. Isn't our default pattern Fa'ala?
Yeah.
Okay, and these are the
6
families from
Your
the
families, yeah.
trilaterals, the Fataha, Nasara, Daraba, Samia. These Wa'ada, Qala, Da'a, Amara are the weak letter ones
Weak letters, yeah.
which we, for the time being, we left it alone. We said, okay, we'll come back to it. Okay. So now you can make derived forms Mazid Fi, like by additional extra letters. The root letters are still the same, Fa, Ain, Lam. But these red ones, these are some of the positions where these additional letters can come. Okay. Now look at this. These are the names of the Mazid Fi Abwab or the Madi form of these Mazid Fi.
What they
Fa'ala.
call it form, right? Form 1, form 2, form 3, those are the
Yeah.
ones?
Yes, we'll talk about that. Did we look at that? Let's see. If I go back, just give me a second. It will start to make sense. So what are we looking at is we are looking at af'ala. What are we looking at? Af'ala form.
أفعل.
We haven't even looked at other ones. So see, sometime you see this word on this pattern, istaf'ala. For example, istaghfara. If you start to see the word istaghfara next time, don't you see there is an extra alif, there is a sin, and there is a ta?
Yeah.
Okay.
Three.
Ifta'ala, ifta'ala, infa'ala, right? Tafa'ala, fa'ala. These are the different families which we have to understand to increase our vocabulary for the verbs. Okay. And it happens that in the Arabic grammar, af'ala is considered the first family. Okay. That's why I picked the af'ala first. So if you look at this, I hope you can see my screen. These yellow ones are the location of the extra letters which can be used in the Mazid fee. So in the order of the dictionary from the English perspective, if there is an English dictionary for Arabic, we will take the afala as the family number 4. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay. So because we are learning Arabic, I choose the Arabic dictionary approach and I started with number 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, these are some of the words or masdar which you are familiar with. Are you familiar with tasbih?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tasbih is on the pattern of, let's see if I can go back.
2.
Fa'ala.
فعل.
tasbih.
Yeah, but now what's gonna throw you off? You're gonna say, where is tasbih coming from here? But the part which you did not hear or maybe did not pay attention to, these are the madi pattern of the word. And tasbih is the masdar, is the actual masdar. Tasbih is the name of the verb, like to glorify something. Okay, so once you get to know the name of the family, then you will say, oh yeah, it makes sense. For example, another thing I want to point out, in the 3 root letter families, Nasara, Fataha, Daraba, the masdar is very hard to point out. What is the difficulty in those 6 families? Because their masdar is not on a set pattern. Can you guys repeat that after me? That in the 6 families of the 3 letter verbs, the masdar is not
Not on a set
set.
pattern.
You have to always look up that in the dictionary. But the one good thing about the additional families, whether 10, 8, 9, or 10, or 15, their name of the family is the name of the masdar. So you don't have to guess. You don't have to worry about it. As long as you know the name of the family, you can make the masdar out of this. For example, in this one, Islam is on the pattern of if'al.
If
You looked at that. Insaf, ikram, ikhraj. Got it?
yeah.
Okay. So let's go. Then aslama is the madi pattern for if'al, af'ala. What are the root letters here? Sin, lam, mim. And in the af'ala, what is the extra letter we have?
Alif.
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 Okay. So let's look at more information. So let us take the 3 more verbs of the type aslama. And you can see the extra letter is hamza with the fatha. Can you guys visualize this as af'ala?
Yes.
Af'ala.
Your brother Kabir,
Yes.
can you visualize this as af'ala?
Of Allah.
Allah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did we say? That Babe Ifal is the name of the family. The pattern of the Madi is
Thalathi majid.
af'ala, right? The pattern of the Madi for af'al is af'ala,
أفعل.
right? And what is the pattern of mudare for if'al? Yuf'alu,
يفعل.
right? So if you know the pattern, then if I give you a 3-letter word or 3 root letters, can you put that in the
يسلم.
يسلم.
Aslama is one of them. So let's look at this. Okay, and again, remember this. We said the pattern is yuf'ilu, but it was originally ya'falu, ya'afalu. But what did we talk about that? We said the Arabic people did not like the flow of this ya'afalu. So they said no, we're gonna call it yuf'ilu.
يفعل.
Yeah. Okay. Now look at this. Again, I'm going to go back to some examples and then come back to this. Look at this. Anzala. What is this?
Anzala.
Anzala. What is the translation?
He brought out.
He brought out. Okay. Now go back to the 3 root letter family and Nazala.
نزل.
Nazala.
نزل.
What will be the translation of Nazala?
He brought.
He brought.
He brought.
That is something he did to himself or only involving him. But when he say he brought out, does that mean he brought something else out?
Yes.
For a second, I'm going to give you an example in Urdu. Brother Altaf, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. Okay, the 2 sisters who are non-Arab and non-Urdu speaking, for a second, excuse me, but I will get back to you. I will explain the Urdu in English in a little while, but let me try to say something in Urdu for the other people. Okay, अगर मैं कहता हूँ वो बैठा, उर्दू में मैं अगर कहता हूँ वो बैठा, तो इसका अरबी क्या होगी? जलसा. अगर मैं वो कहूं कि उसने बिठाया तो कैसे कहेंगे?
अजलस.
देखा, जब उर्दू तर्जमे में ने आ गया ना कि उसने बिठाया, तो वो चीज आ गई इफ़आल. अब आपको बात समझ में आई? क्योंकि माजी में जो the 6 families, they only give you a limited meaning. बैठने का मीनिंग आया कि वो बैठा, लेकिन वो खुद बैठा, but इसमें उसने किसी को बिठाया. Then there is a additional thing here. He did it for something else. You guys got that?
Yeah.
Okay. Brother Javed, did you get that?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is holding you back? Why are you still not very clear on that?
No, Anzala, I'm clear he brought out. I'm just thinking ahead. For example, if it was a female gender, feminine gender, how do you say Anzala for the feminine gender?
Anzalat.
Anzalat. Okay, she brought out.
Right. Yeah. So you have to remember those 14 variations, in which we are not too keen to know that, but that is the secondary part. The first part to understand is why do we have. Okay, so going back to my all my students. So sisters, I gave the example of jalasa. Okay, what is the meaning of jalasa?
Sitting.
He sat. He sat. Now in this jalasa, this is from the first family of the six family, 3 root letter words. Jalasa only giving me the meaning of that he himself sat down. Got it?
Yes.
Now, if you want to say that he made somebody else sit down, how would you say that?
أجلس.
You find out now why there is the extra family of if'al, because that means it means ajlasa, that he made somebody else sit down. Similarly, anzala is also on the pattern of if'al, mad, anzala, and the mudare is yunzilu. Okay? In order to understand the family and the first pattern of Madi and Mudare, you understand. Then out of those first patterns, you know how to make 14 patterns. Anzala, anzala, anzalu. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Anzaltuma, anzaltum. Got it? So you know that. Once you know the very first pattern for Madi and Mudare, then the rest you can draw yourself. Yeah? Anzala, he brought out. Anzalu, they all brought out. Anzalta, you brought out. Anzaltum, you all brought out. Anzaltu, I brought out. Anzalna, we brought out. Anzalat, she brought out. Okay? Now look at the Amr. Anzil, sent down. Okay? What will be the Amr? Because as I said, when you're dealing with verbs, you need to know a big canvas. You need to know, okay, how am I going to give a command in this? How do I give a do command and how I give the negative command? And then at some point later on, I also know, I need to know who is the file, who is the one who's sending it down. And look at here, Munzil.
لا تنزل.
Yeah. So the Amr, if you look at my pointer, Anzil is send down, Anzilu, you all send down. La tunzil, do not send down. La tunzilu, don't send down. Okay. Now this is sorry. This is where did he go? Okay. Munzil is, what is that, Brother Altaf? What is that Munzil?
It's the file, munzil.
Very good. So remember you were saying about Maghdube and Musafir. You see, Brother Javed, there is a meme coming in here. Yes?
Yeah.
So Munzal is the maf'ul, Inzal is the masdar. Can you put Inzal in the pattern of if'al?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. So if I give you the root letters, Noon, Zal, and Lam, and I said, Brother Javed, I am trying to make this on the pattern of family of if'al. Okay. Is everybody with me so far? Because I need to wrap this up. We need to get to a closing point on this subject. Okay. So everybody listen. If I give you 3 root letter, Noon, Zal, and Lam, right? And then I give you, this is Babe If'al. What is the first thought that should come in your mind?
You add an alif in the beginning of the.
Inzal.
So you would say,
Inzal.
oh, it's If'al. I need to know the pattern of the Madi. I need to know the pattern of the Mudare. So that is the very first thing. So in the Madi pattern, you're going to say, okay, it is Af'ala, right?
Yes.
And the pattern of the
Mudare is يفعل.
Ilu. Once you know that, can you put Noon, Zal, Lam in Af'ala?
Yes.
It will become Anzala.
Anzala.
Get it? Do it in
Yeah.
your mind. Put the Noon, Zal, and Lam in the pattern Af'ala.
Yeah.
Anzala.
Anzala. That is the
Anzala,
Madi.
Anzalu.
Then from Anzala, can you make the 14 variations?
Yes.
Good. If I have to make the same pattern from Yuf'ilu to, I need to put Noon, Zal, and Lam in there. What will it become?
Yunzilu.
Yunzilu. You see how these words are coming into existence because I know the pattern of the Madi and the Mudare, and I know the name of the family. Now, another easy thing to remember that these families, which are considered Mazid Fi families, one thing is out of the confusion. Their name happens to be the name of the masdar. And what is the masdar? Can somebody explain to me what a masdar is?
Name of the action.
Name of the
Name of the
Nominative
action.
verb.
Name of the action.
name of.
Sorry, Javed bhai, you say it.
No, I think I'm just making it a nominative verb.
The name of the verb. Yeah, nominated. You can say that. So look at inzal. Is noon there?
Yes.
Zal there,
Yeah.
lam there, right?
Yes.
What is the name of the family?
If'al.
Ifal. Can you substitute noon, zal, and lam in there, and what it will become? Inzal.
Inzal.
So if I want to say to send the what is the action name? To send down something will be inzal.
Munzal.
Then I'm not going further because again, if I teach you file and maful in this sitting, then your mind will start to clutter up. So right now, three things only: fi'l madi pattern, fi'l mudare pattern, and the masdar. Okay. Later on your own time, you should write down all the 14 variations of Madi, all the 14 variations of Mudare. You need to write the Fi'l Amr, Fi'l Nahi, and then also the file, the Maf'ul, and the Masdar. That way you will see that all of a sudden now from one root letter or one set of root letter, you are able to make 50 or 60 different words. You see my point here?
Yeah.
Now look at this. Nazala yanzilu. It is from the family of the first
If'al.
six. No. This is Nazala.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
I just want to, like, I just took this in. The fi'l amr and fi'l nahi for if'al. I just realized you don't add any extra alif for it. Instead, you just use the same alif that
Yes.
that there in
The reason, if you hold on to that thought, I will try to make this Fele Amr lesson by itself so that we will go over it again, that how do we make Fele Amr from the given pattern. Can you hang on till next session? But you're right. If you don't put the alif, can you pronounce the sakun on the noon and zil? You won't be able to say nizil. You won't be able to say that. Correct?
Yes.
In order, when you come to a position when you are not able to pronounce the word, then you add the hamzatul wasl to pronounce it.
Oh, so it's different hamza, different alifs then.
Yes,
Hamzas.
but in this case, this hamza is not hamzatul
It's not
wasl.
hamzatul wasl.
This is
Yes.
hamzatul qata, and it will always be pronounced. Remember, they changed the ya af'alu to yuf'ilu
Yes.
to make the smoothness. But when you're making the imperative, it comes back because you don't need an hamza because the hamza is part of if'al.
Mm.
You got it? So this is a small explanation, but inshallah we'll do this on a piece of paper next time. So the blue line in this slide is from the 6 families. Nazala yanzilu. It could be daraba yadribu. Right? So what is the translation? He came down, nazala yanzilu, he comes out, or he came out, right? Then again, the red one is the babe if'al. Anzala, he sent down, and yunzilu, he comes out. Same thing. Okay. Now look at this one. Who can read that for me instead of me saying it? Somebody, I want a volunteer. Brother Javed, can you help?
Yes, sir. You want me to read from top?
You see the slide, right?
Yeah.
What are the root letters?
Rasala.
Root letters. Can you spell out the root letters?
Rasala.
Ra, Sin, Lam.
Rasila. Yeah. Rasala.
So, what will be the masdar of this?
The mother?
Yeah, on the family of ifal.
Arsal.
Arsala.
Irsal.
Look at this right here. Irsal.
Irsal.
Brother Altaf, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. Do you see the irsal in this?
Yeah.
So, if irsal matching with ifal,
It is.
and what is the meaning of irsal?
The
To send
person is sending.
to send something, right?
Send
Yeah.
out.
In Urdu, we use this word when we say we sent you a letter. हमने letter इरसाल कर दिया. You know, something like that, right?
Yeah.
So, arsala, arsalu, arsalta, arsaltum, arsaltu, arsalna, arsalat. Okay. This is how, if you know the pattern of the Madi and Mudare, then you know the name of the family, you can make those different variations of the words. Agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So arsil is the command for this one. Send. Arsilu, send you all. La tursil, don't send. La tursilu, you all don't send. Okay. So next time what I'm going to do, I'm going to maybe make it a hands-on. Yeah. Okay. We will say a hand-on class where you would be, I'll be giving you some root letters in the name of the family and you would have to come up with certain words. Otherwise, keep talking. It's not gonna settle down in your mind. Okay. So brother Javed, the root letters are over here, Adallah. Okay. What is the meaning of Dalla we just talked about? That somebody going, he went astray. Remember Dalleen?
Yes.
The root word is Dalala or Adalla? Adala. I think this is Dalala.
Itlal.
The root
The
word.
root letters are Dad, Lam, and Lam.
Yeah, that's all right. Oh, yeah, that's yeah. Okay, fine.
So if you put it in the pattern of what do you call Afala, then it will become Adalla. That he's somebody else's stray.
Got it.
Adallu, they else.
Dalan.
Yes. Now look at the masdar, idlal. Okay, idlal. Look at the blue area right here. Idlal. You see that?
Yeah.
So here, Brother Kabir, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you see what idlal coming from? Where is it coming from?
If'al.
Al. So again, if you know the first the pattern, can you make the other 14 patterns?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Brother Kabir, could you make the second pattern? Can you read it?
The second, Yuzil,
You
Yudil,
sent astray Madi.
Mazi,
Madi,
Azallu.
second person.
Second person.
Yes. Adlalta.
Adlanta.
Adlaltum.
Azlal.
Adlaltum.
Azlal.
Adlaltu. I sent somebody astray. Adlalna. We sent astray. Okay. So idlal is the masdar. How would you give a command for this? Adlil.
Azlil.
Not as. We have to say ad, idad.
Azlil.
Twist your tongue towards the right or left to say adlil.
Azlil.
People from India, Pakistan, they have trouble with this one.
Really
But
big trouble.
ad is the, if you twist your tongue towards the right by saying it, that is where the sound is coming from. Adlil. Dal. Yeah. Okay. So if I was making it the 3-letter words, then Dalla mean he himself went astray.
Yeah.
You see the reason I'm telling you this? That the limitation of the third 3 root letter families, the 6 ones, they are only acting on the file. But when you say Adalla, you are actually saying you send somebody else astray. And that is where the maf'ul is coming into the picture. Okay. Brother Altaf, did you get that idea?
It's just absorbing, so much to absorb.
Yes. Sister Zahra, are you following this?
Yes, I'm following.
Okay. So is anything got cleared from last time? Are you getting a better idea of things?
Well, it's I don't know. I have to look afterwards. Like when we're done, I
That
have
is
to
fine.
go.
Totally fine. Now, let me repeat it for the benefit of everybody one more time. Okay. I'm going to stop this here and I'll show you something else for a second. Okay. Okay. So now listen to me without looking at the screens. We learned verbs, or any other language. We all have verbs in English, Urdu, and all that. The Arabic verbs are divided into families. In our first phase, we learned the verbs, only 6 families. Those 6 families, what is common in them? That they are based on 3 root letters. Yeah.
Yes.
I want everybody to agree with me so that I understand that they do understand.
Yes.
Those 6
Yes.
families convey certain messages, certain words, vocabulary in Arabic. When we use them, we can only draw certain meanings. Agree?
Yes.
Yes.
In order to learn the rest of the words or increase our vocabulary, we need to know the different variations of those families. In order to draw those vocabulary words, either 1, 2, or up to 3 letters are introduced in addition to the root letters. Is that simple enough to understand?
Yes.
Yes.
So those families where we add extra letters are known as mazid fi, trilateral families with additional words. Okay. These families have characteristics. One of the characteristics is that the name of the family is the actual name of the masdar, which is the name of the action. Just by looking at the name of the family, if I give you root letters, you can start to make masdar without any issues. For example, if al, meaning I can make Islam, infaq, insaf, ikrar, ikram. So many words. All of a sudden, I'm able to make so many words from that one family name. Agree?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is what we need to learn. So we know if al. Next time any root letters you get and somebody says, can you tell me, can you put this in the if al pattern? You know exactly how to make it. Once you know the family name, then the next task is, okay, if I'm dealing with verbs, how many kind of verbs I have? I have fe'l madi and I have fe'l mudare. Is that hard? We have been
No.
learning all this time. So
Yeah.
in order to make fe'l madi, I need to know the pattern of fa and lam for that family, for madi. In if'al, that pattern for madi is af'ala. Yeah.
Yes.
And you don't need to get surprised. This is something given to you. If I say add 2 plus 2, then you know the answer is 4. But I'm telling you, one, the first number is 2 and the second number is 2, and the action you have to take is add them, and then you give me the result. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You need to worry about the 2 and 2, or you have to worry about the 4. You have to give me the 4. You don't have to worry about 2. I already told you about 2. So if you know the pattern of the Madi, for example, for if'al, the Madi pattern is af'ala. If you know af'ala, then you know how to make 14 different patterns out of that. If you don't know how to make it in your mind, that is okay because you have not practiced enough. But can you write it down on a piece of paper?
Yes.
And is it mostly copy and paste? Because you know exactly. If you know the pattern, then all you have to do is substitute the root letters in them. Similarly, you need to know the pattern of Madi, Mudare, which is the present and future tense. Once you know that, which is Yaf'ilu, or yuf'ilu for if'al, then you know how to make the 14 different variations of it. So far, so good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so in a family, we know that one member is Madi, one member is Mudare. Then we also know there is something is called file. So I need to know how to make file from if'al, and there is a pattern for that. If I know the pattern, am I able to make the file? No big deal. I
Yes.
I don't see anything on the screen. Are you showing something on the screen?
no, I'm just talking because
Okay.
I'm not showing on a purpose. I'm just talking
Okay.
so that,
Okay, that's
and
fine.
these things, if you write it down, and if you can't write it down, I'm going to show you the 2 chapters and page numbers, and then you can read it on your own. So far, I think in plain English, what I have said, if you only remember that part, then I think a job is going to become very easy. So let me quickly show you some of these things I'm saying in the book. Okay, so here we go. This is don't worry about any of this. This is the Madi pattern for if'al. What is this? Madi.
Mad.
Just look at Madi. Af'ala. Agree? We
Yes.
looked at it several times, right?
Yeah.
For Raf, Dare, Yuf, Ilu. I'm only talking about these two for you for simplicity. Okay? Because there are a lot of other things you can learn. We will learn in future, but right now I am saying if I tell you if'al, the family of if'al, tell me the pattern of Madi, which is af'ala, and Mudare is yuf'ilu, and Masdar is if'alan. Now you're gonna say, why not if'al? So if'al is also acceptable, but in Arabic, Masdar is always written in the nasab. Okay, the Masdar is always written with nasab. So is if'alan nasab? The
Yes.
right, yes. So here is the little thing I want you to know, that if Babe if'al, just know the Madi pattern and the Mudare pattern for now. Okay. Now look at some of the details of this thing. Okay. And I'm not gonna tell you any of this because you haven't heard or learned these yet. Okay. So I'm gonna go to the simple part, and that will start to make sense. Okay. Babe if'al renders the intransitive 3-letter verb transitive. In simple English, what he's saying is, when you are looking at jalasa, he sat. In that verb, the only person affecting is the person who's doing the action of sitting. Agree?
Yes.
Yes.
But when you say ajlasa, then he seated someone else. Get that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Then if we use fariha, this is from the 3 root letter family, like hasiba, dariba. Yeah. So fariha
Yep.
mean he was happy. But if you say afraha, he made
He
someone
made someone
else.
else happy.
So do you see afraha on the pattern of
If
af'ala?
add.
Af'ala, right? Because this is Babe if'al and this is the pattern for the Madi member. And are we dealing with Madi here or we are dealing with Mudare? This is Madi,
Madi.
right? Right. So if I say another in this one, if I say Sami'tul Qur'ana, what did that mean? Sami'tu, I heard or I listened to the Quran. What happened here? Is Sami'tu, what is the Bab here? Bab Samia,
Samia.
right? And do you know how to make the 14 variation of Samia? You do.
Yes,
And when
ma'am.
you say I listen is Sami'tu, isn't it? What is Sami'ta?
You listen.
You listened. Sami'tu, I
I
listened.
listen.
Samena,
We listen.
we listened. So Sami'tul Qur'ana, what is the translation? I listen to the
Listen
Quran.
the Quran.
But if I say asma'tu Zaidan al-Qur'ana, then I made Zaid listen to the Quran. What is here? It af'ala,
If'al.
if'al, right? Because
Yeah.
the first one will be af'ala.
Asma. Af'ala.
Af'altu, remember? If you have to go to this one because this is two. I made Zaid listen to the Quran. Got it?
Yeah.
So hopefully these definitions or different styles should open your mind to this new families. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is the one message I want all of you to take from this lesson? As long as the family is introduced to me, I am not going to be scared or worried, because as long as I know the pattern of the Mazi and the Mudare, I can come up with the rest of the patterns. And it is adding to my vocabulary list. It is opening up a word of, an ocean of words in front of me, because with the 6 default families, I'm limited in my vocabulary. Okay.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. So are you feeling better now or still not
Yeah.
feeling?
No, better. Yeah. It's very clear now.
Alhamdulillah. Sister Zahra, did that explain to, I know you have to work on your own, but by explaining in plain English the message I'm giving, is that message understandable?
Yes.
Good.
Jazakallah khair.
Waiyakum. So just simply keep it in mind, this is what I need to do. So if you're working in a factory and you're making, let's say, shoes, then what happens? You may have a pattern of a shoe, and all you have to do is put the material in that pattern, and then the machine brings out that kind of shoe for you. Good? You understand that the similarity,
Yeah.
what I'm trying to explain?
Yeah.
Similarly, if I give you a pattern of a verb, all you have to do, you need to put the root letters in that, and then let the rules make it the new word for you. Okay?
Yeah.
So inshallah, jazakallah khairun. The page number is 185. This is the book which looks like this, Lisanul Quran, and this one is volume 2. If you don't have this, I'll give it to you. Okay, and
We
this
have all
one,
this.
yeah, this one looks like
The colored pages are showing from what book?
color pages are this one, this one.
Have you given us this book?
I can also send you the link of this book. You have it, but I'll resend it to you guys.
Just
Okay? So this one is this books look like this, Learning Arabic Language of the Quran. And this is where the verses are also given examples, right? You have this book as well. And the page number was 337. Okay.
Got it.
So next time, inshallah, we are going to talk about the next bab, and we'll move away from if'al. The idea is the same. It's just that we have to learn different patterns. Okay.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
Jazakallah. Thank you.
جزاك الله خير. عليكم السلام ورحمة الله
سبحانك
وبركاته.
اللهم وبحمدك ونشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.
ونتوب إليك.
آمين.